War has always pushed human innovation to its darkest extremes. From ancient blades to apocalyptic bombs, the weapons we've created have not only shaped history, they've shattered it. Strap in and maybe hide under a desk, because we're counting down the top 10 deadliest military inventions in history. Number 10. Bayonets. Ah yes, the bayonet. Nothing screams modern warfare like duct taping a knife to your gun. But don't be fooled by its simplicity. This blade on a stick turned every rifleman into an impromptu medieval knight. First used in 17th century France, bayonets transformed muskets, those slow, awkward reloading machines, into dual-purpose tools of death. When you ran out of bullets, you didn't retreat, you charged. During the Napoleonic Wars, American Civil War, and World War I, bayonet charges were terrifyingly common. Thousands died in muddy, chaotic stabbings that were more horror film than history class. And the psychological effect? Devastating. Imagine seeing a wall of steel-tipped rifles sprinting toward you with murder in their eyes. It was like a very pointy trust fall, except nobody caught you and everyone bled. Number 9. War elephants. Before there were tanks, there were elephants, and these weren't your friendly zoo variety. These were armored, weaponized, and sometimes on drugs. Used by ancient Indian, Persian, and Carthaginian armies, war elephants were biological battering rams. With tusks reinforced with steel and archers on their backs, they could scatter enemy ranks like bowling pins. Hannibal literally marched these bad boys over the Alps to attack Rome. That's like trying to win a Formula One race with monster trucks and somehow pulling it off. And the fear factor? Unmatched. Horses would panic, troops would flee, and entire formations collapsed just from the sight of these armored juggernauts stomping their way across the battlefield. Of course, they weren't perfect. Sometimes they panicked and trampled their own side. Friendly fire, but with tusks. Number 8. Greek fire. What if I told you the Byzantines invented ancient napalm, and nobody ever figured out exactly how it worked? Greek fire was the original nightmare fuel, literally. This top-secret chemical weapon could ignite on contact and keep burning, even on water. Ships gone, armies torched, morale obliterated. This wasn't your average flaming arrow. This was a medieval flamethrower, sprayed from siphons on ships, handheld tubes, and even grenade-style jars. The best part? The recipe was such a closely guarded state secret, it died with the empire. Historians have theories: petroleum, quicklime, sulfur, but nobody's cracked the exact formula, which is probably for the best, because we definitely don't need ancient death juice on eBay. Number 7. Maxim machine gun. Welcome to the Industrial Revolution of killing. Invented in 1884 by Hiram Maxim, the Maxim gun was the first fully automatic machine gun. It could fire 600 rounds per minute, a literal wall of lead. One soldier with a Maxim gun could replace a dozen riflemen and reduce enemy charges into exercises in mass futility. This wasn't a weapon, it was a meat grinder on a tripod. It debuted in colonial wars, where it mowed down poorly equipped forces with terrifying efficiency. But World War I is where it earned its reputation. The trenches. Yeah, Maxim guns helped dig them. Soldiers couldn't charge without being shredded. Casualties soared into the millions. Entire fields were carpeted with the dead, all thanks to this buzzing death machine. This gun didn't just kill people, it changed warfare forever. Number 6. The longbow. Long before rifles ruled the battlefield, one humble stick and string dominated medieval warfare. The longbow, used famously by English archers in battles like Agincourt, the longbow could shoot arrows over 300 yards with armor-piercing force. Trained archers could fire 10 to 12 arrows per minute, raining death on enemies before they even got close. It turned farmers into snipers, and knights into very expensive pincushions. And here's the wild part. Mastering the longbow took years of backbreaking practice. Archers developed asymmetrical skeletons from drawing 100-plus-pound bows. Their remains literally show warped bones, because they trained from childhood to pull off this long-range devastation. Forget Legolas. These guys were real, ruthless, and ridiculously accurate. Number 5. The U-boat. Now you see them. Now your ship's at the bottom of the Atlantic. The German U-boat was the original stealth killer. Short for Unterseeboot, these underwater assassins changed naval warfare forever. In both world wars, they lurked beneath the waves, launching torpedoes at military vessels and civilian convoys alike. They were ghosts in the water, deadly, invisible, and nearly unstoppable. In World War I, they sank over 5,000 ships, and their impact was so devastating it helped bring the United States into the war. In World War II, they came back with better tech, hunting in coordinated wolf packs to terrorize Allied shipping routes. 1 minute you're enjoying tea on deck, the next you're swimming in a fireball. Number 4. The AK-47. If there was ever a weapon that defined global conflict, rebellion and relentless firepower, it's the AK-47. Invented in 1947 by Mikhail Kalashnikov, the AK-47 was designed to be simple, reliable, and so rugged it could survive a sandstorm, a swamp, or being run over by a truck, and still fire like nothing happened. It's the ultimate no-maintenance, all-murder weapon. With over 100 million units produced and counting, the AK-47 is the most widespread assault rifle in history. It's shown up in every major conflict since the Cold War, from Vietnam to Afghanistan to your nearest 1980s action movie. It's on national flags, it's in rap songs, it's in video games. The AK-47 isn't just a weapon, it's a global brand. It's lightweight, easy to use, and deadly accurate in short bursts. That's why militias, guerrilla fighters, child soldiers, and full-on armies all love it. You don't need to be trained to use it, you just need a target. Experts estimate the AK-47 is responsible for millions of deaths. It didn't just shape war, it democratized it. Number 3. Biological weapons. If guns kill bodies, biological weapons kill entire populations. For as long as war has existed, humans have tried to weaponize disease. In 1346, the Mongols flung plague-infected corpses over the walls of Kaffa, possibly triggering the Black Death that wiped out up to 200 million people across Europe and Asia. And that was just medieval innovation. The modern stuff, way worse. World War I saw mustard gas and phosgene, chemicals that melted lungs and scarred faces. But in World War II, Japan's infamous Unit 731 froze, infected, and vivisected prisoners to develop deadly pathogens like anthrax, plague, and cholera for battlefield use. Thousands died before a single shot was fired. The scary thing is, you don't need a big army, just a single vial. Today, with genetic engineering, biological weapons could be more targeted and lethal than ever. Diseases with high infection rates and long incubation periods could silently spread before anyone realizes it's war. They're invisible, they're unstoppable, and they don't care which side you're on. Number 2. The atomic bomb, August 6, 1945, 8:15 a.m. One plane, one bomb, one moment that changed the world forever. The atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima killed 80,000 people instantly. By the end of the year, over 140,000. 3 days later, Nagasaki was hit. Another 75,000 lives erased. It was the first time humanity unleashed the power of the atom, and it was horrifying. Developed during the Manhattan Project, the A-bomb was built by some of the most brilliant minds of the 20th century: Oppenheimer, Fermi, Teller, all working under one grim directive: end the war at any cost. But the cost was the soul of modern warfare. The blast leveled cities, survivors faced burns, radiation sickness, and genetic mutations that lasted for generations. Photos of shadows burned into walls became symbols of this terrible new age. The A-bomb didn't just kill people, it shattered the illusion that war had limits. It showed that one bomb could end everything. Number 1. The hydrogen bomb. If the atomic bomb was a warning, the hydrogen bomb was a promise. First tested in 1952, the hydrogen bomb, or thermonuclear bomb, is up to 1,000 times more powerful than the one dropped on Hiroshima. While A-bombs split atoms, H-bombs fuse them, unleashing a level of destruction that makes cities vanish in seconds. It's not a bomb, it's a portable sun, and it's pointed at Earth. The Soviet Tsar bomber, tested in 1961, remains the largest explosion ever caused by humans, 50 megatons of raw energy. That's more than 3,000 Hiroshima bombs in one blast. Windows shattered 500 miles away, people were burned hundreds of miles from ground zero, and we built thousands of them just in case. During the Cold War, the US and USSR stockpiled enough nukes to destroy the planet several times over. A full-scale nuclear exchange wouldn't just kill millions. It would trigger nuclear winter, block out the sun, and collapse the food chain. It is, without exaggeration, the most dangerous thing humanity has ever created, and it's still armed and ready. The deadliest military invention in history is the one we pray we never use.